we are looking forward, hopefully this election and also the next election and going forward, that Nigerian youth will be able to join Youth Party and support, because this is the only way we can reclaim our country.
All right, so is this party strictly restricted to a particular age bracket?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Youth Party welcomes everybody, but I think our main focus is to be able to give chance to the younger generation to participate in the election. If you look at around the world, we have young people in their 30s, in their 20s, running for elections and winning, even here in the United States with the last election. So Youth Party is not, is for everybody, it's open doors for everybody to join. But at the same time, our main focus, for me in particular in Abia State, our main focus is to bring young generation to be able to participate in our elections, because we are the future. We cannot wait till we are 58, 59, or 70 years old. I think it's appalling when you have people that are in their 80s running for presidency or any other political position. So we believe that that Youth Party is the party for young people to participate. And it's not expensive. We are not selling forms for 100 million naira, in which if you put in that position, guess what? They will want to recover that money. Youth Party is for young people, for everybody to join. Also, remember, Youth Party stands for disabled too. So we also welcome disabled people that are disabled to run in our party, because even if you're disabled, you're still a human being. So especially for women, it's very important for women to participate in Nigerian politics.
All right, great. It's just 70 days to the conduct of the 2023 election. How has this legal battle affected the party's preparation for the polls?
Happy you asked that question. It's been rough, especially we have two people running in Youth Party. When we started, it was people coming to buy forms, but because we're in court, so everybody went to different political party, but it was left just myself running for governor of Abia State, and also Mrs. Terra Talo. She's running for State House of Assembly in Etusa in Lagos. When I tell you that when women, we put our mind in something, we go for it, and we have waited patiently. For me as a governorship candidate, it's a different ballgame. If you see in Abia State, everybody was able to get to have people running for House of Assembly, senatorial seat, and federal house. I haven't been able to do that. So, and it's only 3 months to go. And I'm asking INEC, the longer they are waiting to add Youth Party on 2023 election, we are losing more people that is willing to come to Youth Party and join at this late time for the next election. So, well, this ruling that have happened, I'm telling Abia people, please wait. The right candidate is coming. And I believe that in Abia State, we need new blood. We need somebody new.
We will get to Abia State in a minute. But then, with this judgment, going by this judgment, it means the Youth Party is here to stay. What is the ideology of your party?
For us, this is something that we have been waiting. When it comes to our party, we are standing firm on the Supreme Court ruling that INEC should add us. Nobody should be above the law. When you have any ruling coming from the Supreme Court of the land, that means what? Nobody is above the law. INEC should comply with what the Supreme Court have said to add Youth Party, so that I can go ahead and campaign and make sure that Abia, there is a change in Abia State, because I believe Abia is the #1 state in Nigeria. And if Abia is in a good position in Nigeria, I think Nigeria will also be in a good position. And that change starts with Youth Party. I know people will say we are running late, but it's never late. The change is coming. Everybody just have to wait for INEC to add us, and I promise Abians the change will truly come, because the people that are running now is the same people. Look at it, it's the same people. They have run 2-3 times. They didn't win. Now we have the same structure, fronting different people in the same party, the same political party. Youth Party is a fresh of breath air for Abians and also for Nigeria, and for women and youths.
All right, so if I get you properly, you're saying that the ideology of your party is change.
Yes. Change. We need, not when they say change and you don't get change. It's just like our administration now. We voted, everybody voted for change, but we are not getting change. So our ideology is change to move Nigeria forward. We have to move Nigeria forward. We have to move Nigeria forward, especially for the younger generation to be able to have a chance to be whatever they decide to be in their life. I think the change is coming and we should focus on that.
All right, then. Now, this country has a large population of youths with about 70% under 30 years of age. How do you intend to ensure that youths buy into the ideology of your party, which you have said is change?
Okay, this is what I'm telling. When I was campaigning in Abia, I was also telling the young people. I said to them, I said, look, this is your choice. If you want change, as I'm speaking to you, I'm somebody, I have played sports for Nigeria and also represented very well. I know what it means to sacrifice. And I know for you to win games, just like the World Cup we are looking at now, if you want to win games, you have to work hard. You have to believe in your vision. So I'm telling the young generation, if you think the situation you are in now is better, go ahead and continue voting for these old people to get in. But if you feel you need change, this is the way to go. We have to fight for change. We have to fight for what we believe in. I tell the youth, when you look around the world, people are making changes. It's the youth. The last election that was done here in the United States, it was the youth that voted again for Democrats to win the Senate. The youth came out in masses, and with 40 million ballots, I don't know if everybody is aware of 40 million ballots. If you don't, please listen to me. 40 million ballot movement have gathered all the top supporters for Obi, not just for Obi, for anybody that is willing, that can show that they can rule Nigeria or be a governor in any state, Senate seat, name it. We are about the new Nigeria, new movement. That's what 40 million ballot is. And I know for sure they are backing me. I am the coordinator for 40 million ballot in the diaspora. So for us, the focus is for Nigerian youths to come with us, with Youth Party, and let's move the country forward.
All right, let's get to, talk about your chances in Abia governorship election. The PDP remains a strong party in that state. How will you rate your chances of winning?
I will rate my chance #1, because before anybody declared in Abia, I was the first person to declare for governorship in Abia. And I started that journey with APCA. And when I saw that it's the same people coming back, to, moving around from one party to the next, and it's the same faces, I said, no, that in Nigeria, all over the world, not just Nigeria, if you don't have a platform, you don't have a voice. And I believe in having my voice heard. So in Abia State, I am not afraid. They know who I am. When I talk to you, I'm not as somebody that have represented Nigeria. I'm talking as Adu Gabia, which the title was bestowed in me by the former governor. So Alex Soti, that is running now, 2015 last election, I also was with him, and they can tell you what I bring on the table. I was able to energize women and the youth. So they know already, Abia know already. Anybody that is in Abia with you, they have a problem now. You know why? Because at Abia, my party have been added, and I will keep fighting. I am not afraid. We have to rebuild Abia State. And I'm telling Abia people, I know you can hear me, the change is on the way. The people that you have now is the same people. And I thank God that Supreme Court have added Youth Party, will also add us in the ballot paper, and Victoria will be there to rescue Abia State.
All right, let's stay a bit on your mantra, which is change. What do you intend to change in Abia State?
Oh my God, my sister, I don't know if anybody have been in Abia. I was born and raised in Abia, lived in, anybody listening, in Aba. Aba was the hub. When you're talking about China, Aba was China of Africa, and we can still bring it back. The infrastructure in Abia is deplorable. It's not even something you can breathe when you walk down the street. I remember when I grew up, Aba was a place by 7, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., we are still walking around. The roads are very clean. Go to Aba now, it's a disgrace. And I told them, I said, everybody that have run in Abia State, they have done the best they can. I will not criticize my governor. He's still my governor, Ibazo. But I'm telling them, they have done the best they can, but I think I will do better when it comes to security. You cannot have security. There is no security in Abia State. We should not be walking around with 20 policemen. They should be doing other things, not walking around for us not to be kidnapped. So I will make sure that Abia will be secure again. Then infrastructure, for sure. Industrialization, that have to be. The lady that is talking to you, I have lived in about 6 countries. I speak 3 languages. I have been around. I left Nigeria when I was 17 and was still coming back, playing for the national team. So I know what good roads are. And I will empower Abia State and the people of Abia that are living out here in the diaspora. You know, my sister, we have to discuss this, because when we talk about people in diaspora, we are the one really, really helping Nigeria out to be where they are, sending money home, building houses. And I will make sure that I have people from here to help me to rebuild Abia, because when you haven't been outside Nigeria or traveled a lot and see where there is light 24 hours, you don't know what good house or good infrastructure means. So I will empower myself with people here in the diaspora to help me rebuild Abia. Education, look at education. We have people, my PA in Abia State is a graduate with master's degree. Guess what? He don't have a job. And I'm telling the youth, when I'm elected as the next governor, I will make sure that there is that education, there will be free education for the young people. Then we're talking about women development, women empowerment. Come on. We have our women going to market from morning till night, and they don't make enough to even feed their families. And the time have come and passed when all politicians want to do is to have women clapping every day, dancing. No, we are not clapping and dancing. We want to be part of the discussion on the table. And that's exactly what I'm going to do in Abia State. Let me not forget healthcare. It's very important. The people that are running the country, both in Abia State, their families are here. They come here for medical checkup. It shouldn't be like that. We should be able to build a hospital that can take care of our people that are our patients, people that are sick, children, women that are pregnant, having babies. We should be able to make sure no woman dies from giving birth. I am a woman. I know what it means having a baby. So I know definitely I'm going to protect the women of Abia State. And from there extended all the way in the national atmosphere, that people can know that Nigeria is going to be again #1 in the continent, and also Abia State.
Yeah, all right. You know, your party is practically new and as such appears like an orphan at the moment. So what do you consider as your rallying point for the elections?
Okay. When we say new, we have tried the old, and the old is not working. We can tell in Nigeria, all over. The old is not working. So this is not about, I don't think 2023 election is more about the party. It's no more about PDP, APC, all the same people recycled and packed up in the same place. That's why Youth Party, yes, it's new, but I will tell you, the youths in Abia State know about Youth Party. They know about Youth Party. So we are still talking. Before this happened with INEC, they haven't added youth party. I was out there on the street. I went inside the market. I spoke to women. I spoke to youth. So I'm not afraid. I think Abia State, where we are also in Nigeria, it's not about youth, about the new party. Look at Labour Party. Yes, Labour Party have been around. I don't mean to deviate. But as soon as the right candidate got to Labour Party, what is going on? Obi everywhere you go in the world. Everywhere you go is Obi. So I don't think it's about the party no more. It's about the individual that is going to rebuild the country and the state. And I think Abia State needs somebody like me that is afraid. My name means more than anything you will give me. So Abia needs somebody that they can trust, somebody they can believe in, somebody that will do what they say they are going to do.
All right, allow me get you clearly. Is Abia State, is Youth Party only for Abia State?
No, Youth Party is a party for all Nigerians.
All right,
like
so
I mentioned,
if not, what are you doing to galvanize support for your party outside of Abia State?
Our national body we have been working hard to make sure, but the problem they keep having, or the party keep having, is because we are in court. INEC have done this many times. They will add youth party, they take them out until the Supreme Court ruling now. So this is a big chance for us to sell youth party. We are going to sell youth party to every state in Nigeria. I wish they would have added us for the past 6 months. I think youth party name would have been everywhere in Nigeria. But we are not giving up. I am not giving up. That's why I have the patience for 6 months. I have been waiting and praying. And God said to Supreme Court, please let my children go. Set my children free. And that's what the Supreme Court have done. And I will take that advantage to campaign in Abia State as the next governor of Abia State.
All right. As a female governorship candidate, how will you rate the support you're getting from women folk?
Very big support. When I declared to run in Abia State, my posters was everywhere, not just posters. I was on the ground. I went to churches. I went to the markets. Women supported what my plans are for Abia State, and they still do. And as soon as INEC add our youth party back in the fold, my sister, Abia State will be all youth party, and women are 100% behind me. Like I tell the women, I said, everybody, I even told Abia people, everybody that have ruled Abia, it's nothing against the men. I have a father, I have a son, I have a husband. Everybody have ruled Abia has been men. And I told them, they have failed Abians. They have failed Abians. Let's try a woman, not just because I'm a woman. Thank God, I can't blame God for making me, for me being a woman. But I think we need a change in Abia State because a woman knows what the children need. I'm coming in as a mother. I know what my children, their needs are. I'm coming in as a mother to rebuild Abia State. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I know I will get the women's support because they are tired of clapping hands and dancing around and praising politicians that when they get in, they will not do anything. Like now they are doing medical drive, they're doing everything to vote them in. When you vote them in, what happened? They won't build a hospital. I'm the only one that is going to Abia State to rebuild Abia, to build a hospital, to build schools, to make sure that everybody can be able to get into Abia State, not being scared if I'm going to be kidnapped or killed.
All right.
And these politicians, my sister, when they come to America, they come to Europe, they don't walk around with security. I think we should be able to go home in peace. People that are in diaspora are going home for Christmas in Abia State. I will tell you, they lock their doors. They chain themselves inside until in the morning. It shouldn't be like that. With somebody like me and the backing of the 40 million ballot movement, Abia will be restored again.
All right. Finally, you're currently in the United States. How are you connecting with your supporters back here to get you the needed votes you need?
Yes. I just came back from Nigeria. I always tell people, when we travel, I have my own business here. I also have a family. I've been going back and forth. Is it easy? It's not easy, but at the end of the day, I'm on the ground. I have contacts with my supporters. I have contacts with the party. There is nothing, because I'm here, that I'm missing. I have been on the contact with them every day. Also, I just came back from Nigeria. So I'm planning to come back again to Nigeria. Hopefully, I will be live next time with you in the studio.
All right. Thank you very much, Madam Victoria Oluchi Bradford, governorship candidate of the Youth Party in Abia State. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we wish you the very best in your ambition.
Thank you so much.
All right. Now let's take a short break, and when we return, it will be time to speak with Ismail Omikmido, the media aide to former governor of Osun State, Adegboyega Oyetola, on the state of debt in the southwest state. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching Politics Tonight, digging beyond the headlines. And now to our interview with the second guest of the day. I am now joined by Ismail Omikmido, the media aide to former governor of Osun State, Adegboyega Oyetola, on the state of debt in the southwest state. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Can you hear me very well, Mr. Omikmido?
Yes, I can hear you.
All
can
right.
you hear me?
Yes, Governor Adeleke has accused the administration of former Governor Oyetola of leaving the debt of 407.32 billion debts. Tell us the true state of things.
Thank you very much. I think the governor and his team probably are out to smear the person and personality of Adegboyega Oyetola. Why do I say so? You cannot tell us when a debt will be liquidated without telling us when the debt was taken. They were just being clever by half by publishing only the dates of the liquidation of those debts without telling us dates of procurement. And they did that deliberately because they know that if they had provided the dates of procurement, Nigerians will know at a glance who did what. I make bold to say that the amount being claimed as debt were never procured under Adegboyega Oyetola for the 4 years he governed the state. And these facts can be verified. That was why I challenged them to please be courageous enough to publish the details of the dates of the procurement of all those debts. We left Osun with 14 billion cash. We also paid 97 billion from the debts. And we stated very clearly that even though for these 4 years, we never took any bank facility, like every other state in the Federation, we also benefited from 3 billion monthly intervention for 6 months from federal government. Probably that is the 18 billion they are claiming was assessed after July 16 election. And I say that is another fallacy. Because if you look at the table they released by themselves, if you go to item 7 on that table, they captured it there that there was a certain budget support from federal government to run from December 2021. Where they got another 18 billion from, I do not know.
All right, but you call them fallacy, and I'm going to ask, are there documents backing these claims?
Of course, they themselves, they have access to the document, but they have refused to make disclosure to the members of the public deliberately because they want to blackmail Oyetola. Otherwise, my sister, is very clear. This program is starting 8 o'clock. It will end by 9 o'clock. How can you just tell us when the program will end without telling us when the program will start? It means you are hiding something up initial. So they publish the dates when those debts will be liquidated, but they cleverly avoided the dates when those debts were procured. So if they had provided the dates when those debts were procured, their objective of blackmailing Oyetola would have fallen flat on their faces. And so that was why they hid that from the members of the public. The records are there. It was Aregbesola who took most of those loans, beginning from 2013 up to 2017. The records are there. And this same government also have the records, but deliberately, they have decided to hide that from the members of the public.
All right then. Governor Adeleke once said, Oyetola rather, once said he left about 14 billion naira for the new administration, but Governor Adeleke has denied this. So I'm asking, who is telling what?
Thank you. On November 27th, when Governor Adeleke took over, he announced to the whole world that he was frozen all the accounts of the state government. Up till this evening that I am speaking to you, they have not told anybody anywhere that they have unfrozen their accounts. Yet they have been having access to state funds. So how are they accessing state funds? That is to tell you that these people are very, very inconsistent and that they are used to lying. Again, only yesterday, the spokesperson of the governor, for the first time, admitted that they met some money, but that after paying November salary, the treasury was empty. But they failed to tell the members of the public how much they used to pay the November salary. And like I challenged him yesterday, he claimed that they have paid all the workers. And I said, me, Ismail Omikuna, is here to receive my November salary because I worked up to November 26th. And I am aware that most workers, not political appointees, most workers in Osun are here to receive their November salary. So if indeed they are telling the truth, they should also have come forward to let us know how much they used to pay the November salary. Don't forget that we signed off on the November salary before we left office, But they connive with the accountant general to ensure that workers don't get that salary. And let me also add that the November salary we signed included those workers that were engaged shortly before we left the office. So therefore, if they are claiming that they have paid November salary and treasury is empty, it means some persons have played games with the amount we left behind, because the amount we left behind was supposed to cover not only the workers who were paying before, but the new workers that came on board. So, and I am aware that they have not paid any new worker. As a matter of fact, those of us who are even old workers have not been paid. So I'm sure by yourself, you can deduce who is lying between the two of us.
Okay, was your principal really silent on the amount of debt he met before assuming office? Because many say if he had made all of this public, maybe he could have reduced this bickering.
Well, let me state clearly that as a government, we knew that Osun citizens never voted for us to lament and make excuses. And that was why, as soon as we came in, we just drew the line and forged ahead to work for the good and betterment of the state. And that was why, for the 4 years we spent, you never hear us lament about the level of indebtedness of Osun. But if you ask people who know very well, till the time we left office, they were amazed as to how we were able to pay salaries consistently for 4 years without taking any bank facility. We were able to build roads, about 500 kilometers of roads, without taking any bank facility. We were able to build hospitals, we built primary healthcare center, and most of the roads we built were roads that had been abandoned for close to 33, 44 years. So we knew we were not voted in to complain, to lament, to make excuses, and that was why we did what we did. But the debts, the level of indebtedness of Osun has always been in the public domain. It's something you can access even from the DMO. So, I wouldn't say we were silent on it deliberately, but we didn't want to be distracted. But the people of Osun know who took those loans. It will interest you to know that the Commissioner for Finance, Wale Bolonduo, who was with Aregbesola when most of these debts were incurred, is today a member of the PDP and is alive. They should call him to come and explain how they took the first 30 billion loan they took. He's alive. He has all the records too.
All right. So on behalf of Nigerians, what do we make of this bickering by the former and current administration?
Well, for us, we showed clearly that we are a people that are interested in the growth and development of Osun. And we demonstrated that throughout the 4 years we spent in the state. If you recall the NSAS protests, apart from Lagos State, Osun was probably one of the states that was the worst hit. My principal and some members of his team, including my humble self, escaped death by mere whiskers. But we didn't make any issue out of it. For 4 years, Oyetola will go down in history as the first governor that will govern Osun for 4 years and will not witness labor unrest for 1 second. Therefore, from the one, we stated it clearly that Senator Ademola Adeleke is not prepared for governance. This was a man who, after he was declared winner of the election, which we are challenging in court, set up a transition committee and charged the transition committee to give him programs that he will execute within the first 100 days in office. A man who wanted to be governor in 2018, who also ran for governor in 2022, before he was declared winner, is asking transition committee to give him programs that he will implement within the first 100 days in office. What does that tell you of that type of a person? It shows clearly that the man is not prepared for office. And that is why they are doing what they are doing to prepare grants for the failure that is already staring them in the face. They promised to clear the half salary owed by Aregbesola within the first 6 months in office. Now they have spent close to 20 days in office. They have not told anyone how they want to do that. Yesterday, his spokesperson was asked how they want to grow the IGR out. He couldn't say anything. We grew the IGR from 9 billion to 20 billion. So for us, we are interested in the peaceful coexistence of all the segments of Osun. We are interested in the peace and growth of Osun. And we will be willing and ready to offer any advice if they are indeed interested in any. But from the way they started off, you will know that clearly these people are not ready for serious business.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Ismail Omikmido, the media aide to former governor of Osun State, Adegboyega Oyetola. And we do hope that the people of Osun State get more clarification as the days go by. Thank you very much for joining us on Politics Tonight. All right, just before we go, let's give you the peak of the day regarding political happenings in the country.
Manage all diversities. I'm not talking of the major ones. I'm talking of the Birom. I'm talking of the Ogoni. I'm talking of them. Each one was created to be in Nigeria and has an equal right in Nigeria. There are no senior and junior Nigerians, and there will never be.
And that marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight. Thank you very much for watching. But the conversation continues from here. Get in touch with us on Twitter at TVC News NG and at Olajumoke using the hashtag Politics Tonight. We are also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. Join us for Monday for another edition of Politics Tonight, digging beyond the headlines. I am Olajumoke Olatuji. Goodbye.